Great, David. Let's talk about how the market performed today. I mean, suddenly we're in bullish territory. What for you is really driving the market right now?
Is quite symbolic for the first trading day of the month that the market went up by more than 1%. Quite an impressive turnout in the market today. But essentially, I think very heavy volumes traded in Zenith Bank together with Dangote Cement moved the market upwards today. I think the market is starting very well for the new month.
Well, let's talk about some of the results that came out on the market today. David, we saw GlaxoSmithKline release their Q2 results. Now, turnover up almost 2 billion naira, PBT up slightly as well. Generally good-looking results. What is your take on this result? And, of course, how has the stock sort of reacted to these good results?
Yes, the result for GlaxoSmith was quite impressive, just like a few other results that were released today, including that of UAC Property Development Company. But precisely, Glaxo traded flat today. I think it gained just about 1 kobo. So we can say that that information is not yet in the public domain. That is that several investors are not yet fully abreast of this result for GlaxoSmith. And so we can say that the reaction so far in the market is delayed. Perhaps in a few days we will start seeing reactions to the impressive performance of GlaxoSmithKline Beecham.
Well, one thing that really caught my attention was the Dangote Sugar Refinery results. You remember that last month they did announce that there was a fire in one of their refineries, but looking at the results, we saw a PAT at 5.28 billion in 2012 from 2.99 billion in 2011. So those are looking like some pretty good results. How is that stock performing currently?
Yeah, although investors have not reacted to that very impressive and surprising performance by Dangote Sugar Refinery, considering the fact that a section of the factory was recently damaged by fire. It does appear that the company has been able to overcome that challenge, and they have done so in a very impressive manner by almost doubling their performance when compared to the same period last year. And so it's a very pleasant surprise, although the market has not reacted to it because it traded flat today, although the volume of demand was quite high, up to about 1.4 million shares traded in the security today. So, but however, that did not impact materially on the price, as the price remained the same from the same price it closed yesterday.
That's right. Well, what about Mobil? We saw them also releasing results, turnover up 42.6 billion naira from 29.1 naira. PBT down, however, about $2 billion actually. Now, compared to some of its contemporaries or some of its peers in the petroleum marketing sector, what do you feel about the results? I mean, we saw Wando release not so good results that we expected, and we saw Corn Oil release good results. So what is your take on this results coming out of Mobil?
Yeah, perhaps it may not be an industry-wide signal of a slowdown in market activities or business activities relating to the petroleum and gas sector. If you consider the fact that that sector actually drives the Nigerian economy. So one could point to the fact that perhaps some of the companies are having individual activities that are affecting their performance in the sector. So it's a little bit surprising that in spite of the very, very impressive turnover of Mobil in the second quarter, almost twice the turnover for the same period last year, the bottom line is actually quite low compared to the performance for last year. So it therefore is probably likely that the expenses incurred in this particular period of the year was very, very high for certain reasons that are peculiar to Mobile as an organization, rather than an industry-wide increase in running cost. And if you also see Owando, the second quarter report was also a little bit down when compared to the same period last year. So it's not unlikely that they too were affected by factors that relate to the companies individually, rather than to the sector as a whole. Well, because if you look at corn oil has come up with a very wonderful full-year performance, and is also reflected in the final distribution to their investors. Compared to last year when corn oil paid a dividend of 2 naira, this year they are proposing 2 naira 50 kobo. You know, so which means that some of the participants in that sector are actually experiencing a boom, while others are probably running huge costs in their operations.
Okay, well, thank you so much, David, for giving us the market's take on some of these results. That was David Adonri. He's the General Manager at Lamberth Trust and Investment, giving us the market's take